It is your girl V with Reality Recap here for your rundown, your recap of last night's season finale of Love and Hiphop ATL. Let's make sure we got Instagram in here. Make sure I hit the right button. We are streaming live right now across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Again, it's your girl V with Reality Recap here to break down last night's season finale of Love and Hiphop ATL. Y'all have been burning up my comment section on your thoughts on the episode highlight clips that I posted earlier today. I also gave you guys a little clip of what Rashida had to say about her marriage and, you know, why she's not leaving. And I wanted to get your thoughts on that, is why I gave you that clip. But I will just say, all day today and yesterday, all my brain randomly keep doing this saying, your business going out of business. Hi, Sharon. Is that how you say it? Sharon Brooks. Thank you for checking in. But that's all my brain been saying. Bitch, you need to mind your business. Your business going out of business. I know. So a lot of y'all said y'all ain't like Ciara's little rap, but maybe it's the beat. Because it was a bop to me. And the fact that chaotic helped her. Hi, Diana. How are you? Did you watch Love and Hip Hop last night? Let's get into it. Let me get my notes. But that's what's been on my brain all day. Your business going out of business. Let me get my notes. Make sure we got, oh, yes, we got YouTube in the building. We got Facebook in the building. Let's get to it. Last night was the season finale of Love and Hip Hop. Did you guys catch the? They gave us. I put it in my stories too for you guys to see. They gave us like a little sneak peek of they'll be back in 2025. They already were filming some time ago when we saw Scrappy and Bambi together in the hotel room, and they said that they was just co-workers and working. They were out in London, so they will be back. Hey, D Candy, thank you for checking in. But yeah, they will be back in 2025 with a new season. We also saw that Love and Hip Hop Miami will be back. They're coming back November 18th. So look out for sneak peeks of that. It looks pretty good. We got a little insight of that as well, of Love and Hip Hop Miami, which will again be back November 18th. And did you guys see also in Love and Hip Hop news, Safari gifted Amada a diamond necklace? I put that in my stories on IG and Facebook for you as well. He gifted her a necklace literally a week after asking the courts to lower his child support payment because he's saying he took a step back from being full time on Love and Hip Hop and he doesn't make the same money. So he asked for child support payment reductions. Yeah, he's out here buying Amada diamond necklaces. Child. I can't. I just can't. But yeah, we got more to come. This was a good season finale. I cracked up the entire time. I'm just gonna be honest. It was straight foolishness and I enjoyed it. But let's get into it. So last night we saw Sierra and Spice meet up. Sierra wasn't really here for Spice. We know that she's upset with Spice because she had that live where she let Amy perform live at her like album release party, and Amy performed her diss track. And Sierra felt like her and Spice is close. They're cool friends. So if Amy wrote a diss track about her, she said feeling like Sierra that Spice should have reached out to her and told her what was being said, gave her a heads up. And I don't know, Spice was saying that reaching out to her would have been messy. She's, it's business. She's producing an album. But I also felt like because Shakana was her friend and she's cool with her, she let her in on the album. So why not also let your friend know that Amy did a whole diss song about her before she out there dancing to it. So I kind of agree with Ciara on that. Like, we cool. You my friend. You could at least told me. Or like let her on the album to respond. She had to really like damn near beg to be on the album. So she came prepared, where she already had recorded her response to Amy's diss record. And Spice ended up liking it, saying, "All right, this is pretty cool. This is dope," and letting her perform it at the, I don't know what to call this because it's not, I I can't call it a cast album because it's only one track and everybody's rapping over the same track. I get what she was saying, like ciphers of the A, but if you put an S at the end of ciphers, right, shouldn't it be multiple ciphers of different tracks? So I don't know what to call this. We just gonna call it a diss soundtrack. I don't know, but I just felt like it's not a complete album. Maybe this was just the beginning of it, where they're using one beat and everybody's rapping over it. It's not giving what she originally said about it being a cast album of togetherness and together oneness. It's definitely not giving that. So I still don't understand how you have a whole showcase with one beat, but that's what went down. Hi, Victoria. Thank you for checking in on Facebook. All right. She said she'll be right back. Thank you for checking in. But yeah, Ciara claims she played her disc record Spice like this. She like, all right, this is cool. Little did we know, unbeknownst to us, right? Chaotic had helped her with her disc record. I thought Hurricane Chris was gonna help her. Hey baby, right? He was helping with her other music video and said that he was gonna give her some, give her some help with the diss track, but apparently it was Chaotic that helped. Um, so Ciara's in on the showcase or whatever we call it, the cipher. She's in on it now. And then we go to Kurt. Kurt got let back in the house last night, Rashida let him come back home. And I wrote in my notes, y'all, did he ever leave? Like, let's be honest. Sharon said, "How am I doing? I'm doing good. I'm making it through. Thanks for asking. Midweek. I'm tired. I will say I've been up late watching Love Is Blind. I need to watch the wedding episode from today. But thanks for asking. How are you? I hope well as well. Let me know. Yeah, Kurt is back home. I said I don't think he ever really left, and it doesn't technically mean he left if he's staying on a different one of y'all properties. I don't know, but I don't even think he did that. But they say he said he's back in the house. He's still saying the same about the text messages that he erased in his phone with Jasmine. He's blaming it on energy. He's saying that it was an argument, conversation. He's all about energy, and that's why he deleted the text messages in his phone. Okay, sir. And she's telling him like you need to get some straightening, which she's already explained this to him. And I still don't even think he did it last night in his conversation with Jasmine. There's no clear line in the sand. And I don't know if you could ever do that in that type of situation where you're married and you have a child outside your marriage, but whenever Kurt has a conversation with Jasmine, it gets very flirty to me and there's a lot of giggling. He don't stand on business, and that's what I think Rashida is saying. She was, letting him know anything that even makes me remotely comfortable, I expect you to stand up and handle it, right? Like put some boundaries around this woman. Stop allowing her to just show. I mean, he can't police everywhere she go, but if she show up, we moving on to the left, like, and let her know you ain't gonna talk to my wife no any type of way. You can't even talk to her. Set those boundaries. And I just don't feel like he ever do that. He always giggling and goofing and smiling at her, and they having conversation. It never feels like he's setting those proper boundaries. D Candy said, I wouldn't leave my husband over Jasmine either, child. Said Jasmine is hoping that. But he needs to handle the situation better. I agree with that. And Miss My Love, thanks for checking in, said Jasmine don't want Kirk. She just want to be messy. I I don't know. I feel like she feels I don't know. With Jasmine, it comes off like Kirk probably promised her the world and that he would leave and that he would be in a relationship with her. And she, for whatever reason, thinks that she's the only one getting the grunt of their scandal. When I feel like the world has really torn Kurt apart, it's not just her getting getting the grunt of it. They both were involved. They're both equally responsible. And I don't know. I think a small part still would want to be with him, and that she really thought that he was going to leave his wife for her. And speaking about what D Candy said about, she wouldn't leave her husband for Jasmine either. Rashida talked about that, and that was the clip that I posted for you guys, where she said, they've been married for 20 plus years, right? And marriage is about trust and commitment, but also forgiveness. And that you don't make it in a relationship with someone that long without, no one's perfect. People mess up, but there's forgiveness. They've built this life together, and, they have businesses, and she thinks about all the good times and letting that go. And she's not willing to get up off her throne to let Jasmine sit down. Even if Kurt wouldn't go back to her, or if you think that Jasmine wouldn't, like, she's not going to, after all she's put into this marriage, get up and let another woman sit down and come in and reap benefits of what she's built, this empire with Kirk. And I told y'all that. Like, yeah, I posted the thing about her being like Melanie from the game with Derwin and stuff like that. But I've been telling y'all this whole season, like, she's not going to leave him. And right, I don't know if I necessarily blame her. It's almost like back in the day, it used to be, because, like, I feel like tables are turning in the world, where it's really the women in most situations that are making the money. That's the bosses. Where they used to say it's cheaper to keep her. Now it's cheaper to keep him. You know what I mean? Like, to untwine all of their properties, businesses. She says she's still making money off of, or still has money off of, ringtones, like her Put It On and Make It Want to Marry Me from Facebook, all things that he fronted in her music career. Is I don't know that she wants to untie or undo all of that. And I also think she loves him, right? It's not just business on her end. She loves him. They have children, restaurants, clothing, cosmetic, music. I see them on Instagram buying properties all over Atlanta, abandoned warehouse buildings, huge. Like, they're looking to, like, they have more in store. And I just don't think she's gonna undo all that for Jasmine or anyone else, or Bambi in the hot tub, or like, well, she was really there with Benzino, but y'all know the scene. She's not leaving him over that. I just don't see that happening. So, I call her stupid and stuff? No, I just laugh about it with y'all, and, like, but what can you say? They've been together like 25 years, just married and been together. She's been with him since her teenage years. They have all together, I don't know how many children, but I don't know if she should have put Beyonce in it. Talking some ass Beyonce. I ain't asking Beyonce shit, okay? 'Cause I don't know. Beyonce, her Lemonade album, she's been through some stuff too. But I don't know about no side babies that Jay Z had. Child. I don't know. I ain't asking nobody nothing. To each their own. That's what I keep saying. Like, there is a lid for every pot. That's what I always say. And you just got to find the lid for your pot that's going to be with you through those type of things. And what my expectations are in a relationship is not going to be somebody else's expectations in a relationship, and vice versa, and all around. Like, what's your morals, your priorities, your definite knows, all are going to be different. So it's just, she found the lid for her pot. D Candy said, and the side child is like 8 already, right? Not the side child. I don't know if he's 8. I think she said he was like in the first, either the first or third grade. I don't know why those two numbers are sticking out to me, but yeah, he's getting older. And D Candy, hell if I know, cause Kurt ain't even know how old he was. Didn't know the teacher's name, don't know the name of his school. He ain't know shit. So it seemed like all he been trying to do is send a check. Latoria said on Facebook, the things Rashida was saying was all Yandy. That is Yandy word straightening. Yeah, and that ain't the first time she used it. She said it to him the last time, like you need to get some straightening. And that I agree with. Like he's just too flirty and giggly when he's talking to Jasmine. And he really needs to listen. This is what it is. This is how it's gonna be. You're gonna have to respect these boundaries. And he's just never doing that. And Rashida walking out, I get it. You know, she don't have nothing to say to the girl. I necessarily wouldn't walk out, but you gonna have to get that straightening in place with me sitting here. Handle that shit. Handle it. Like that's what I'm looking for. Latoria said, I think Jasmine just need a hush, collect. She needs to hush, collect her bag from Kirk, and if they mess around for more money, then get that bag too. Keep it moving and do her thing. Right. Like if you need this money, coming on this show and doing this is definitely not the way to go about it. I don't know how much Love and Hip Hop is paying her to come be messy, but yeah, I just feel like I would have been if I ended up being a side baby mama, I'm just going to quietly get my check. If if he is offering more money, if I sleep with him or whatever, if you do that, just shut up about it. But she's really out to, she has this vendetta against Rashida. It's like she's really mad that Rashida don't pay her dust. And she doing her best to try to get this woman's attention. And it's just not working. The Candy said telling shit and broken stupid. Yeah, like you had this baby, you were on the show before and you ain't did nothing and you still working in the bar that Kurt met you in? like like what? You ain't got like the rest of these side hoes, you ain't got no boutique. You ain't selling clothes online. Nothing. You ain't doing lashes, something. like come on. All this time and you still don't got no hustle. We don't ever even see her driving, y'all. Everywhere she goes, she getting out the Uber Black. I don't even think she got a car. like, I don't get it, honey. That's right. The Candy said no diamonds, no furs, nothing. He's sitting in there playing you out in his ball main shirt, and you sitting there in your ripped up t-shirt. And you got, Rashida, she in Balenciaga boots, Versace silk shirt. She ain't got time to be talking to you. Like, girl, please. And this girl with her, she with her 15 minutes of fame, like, Lord have mercy. We're gonna get into it, but yeah, I told y'all, I've been telling y'all that every recap. Rashida, it's cheaper to keep him. It is cheaper to keep him. They were just on Instagram where they made partnership and signing papers. Like everything they do at this point, they are 50-50 partners. Cheaper to keep them. Who wants to go through lawyer fees and untying all of that? Just don't have no more babies, Kirk. And I think she good. Don't embarrass her. That be the main thing of it too. With most women, like it don't even, they be more mad that it was public and the embarrassment and the scrutiny that they went through than what you actually did. Like I feel like women have big egos. Like people think it's the men, but don't nobody don't be making me look stupid out here in front of these bitches. You know what I mean? Like don't have me looking crazy. That's what it really be about to me. And I think that's what it was for Rashida. Like, you got the whole world laughing at me. That's the crazy part. Yeah, again, say we do. Yeah, like even with Mandisi's, like with the whole ring and oh, like all she care about is the perception. Yeah, put the ring on. Don't have me out here looking stupid. Like Do women ever have we ever seen on this show a woman get caught in something? Do we all think that every single one of these women on this show is faithful, or are they just smarter? Hmm? Like, come on. Toria said I was there for my what is that? My HR other ladies. Said I love Yandy, but she deserved every bit of that. Maybe she will focus on her mama triage and stay out of others. What? I'm lost. I'm lost. Tell me what you mean. But yeah. That is almost okay. Well, type it again and I'll read it again. But yeah, Rashida, she gave him a hug with the blue her wine. He's back home and they're moving forward. They built their life and they're moving forward. We see the cast come together. They're doing rehearsing for the cast Cypher album, diss track. I don't know what you want to call it. Pick one. But we see them come together. They start to rehearse. Bambi and Chaotic have a quick talk about what's going on between Chaotic and Scrappy. He explains the same that he told Amy when she asked about it, that it's about him removing Scrap's name off their YouTube, but that Scrap don't handle his business. He don't want money due for things. He don't want to pay, and that he was pretty much doing the YouTube channel on his own. And he took his name off it. He also said he let Scrappy know that, right? That he let Scrappy know that he was taking his name off, and he was cool with it. So it is what it is. We also learned, like I said, that Shakana's on the song. Um, I did write in my notes, this is not an album. They all rapping on the same beat, but I digress. We've said that enough already. All right, let's see what Latoria said on Facebook. She said, I said I was here for that. I love Yandy. However, I was all for the ladies getting on her. Maybe she will learn to focus on her marriage and stay out of others people's marriage. Now listen, even though I said that girl was coming for her 15 minutes of fame, do I believe what she said? I think it's some truth in it. I do. I do. I do. And we're going to get into that when she, give him this ring, honey, because his face was looking like, oh shit, I got to explain to my side chick why I got a ring back on now. That's the face he was giving me. Scrappy be lying and faking. Yeah, I could believe what Chaotic is saying about Scrappy not, you know, I'm sure when you're running a YouTube channel at that level, there's people you're paying to produce it, film it, people that you involve in it, and those things have to be paid for. And if he wasn't paying rent on time with Bambi, I could believe what Chaotic is saying. Everybody's not lying, right? Like especially when there's similarities in how he handle his business and maturity. So I agree. I believed what Chaotic was saying. But yeah, Shakana's on the song, and I was wondering, like, you know, Spice said, "Yeah, Shakana, y'all know I love me some Shakana, so I'm putting her on the song." So if you loved her and just decided to put her on, even though she ain't a rapper, why you couldn't do the same for Ciara? Ciara at least already did put out a rap song. So it wasn't, I didn't really understand why was so much begging that needed to happen on Ciara's end, where she had to basically steal the beat and go make the song before you put her on it. And you let Shakana bop up on there without even auditioning. She wasn't even at the last little showcase rehearsal. So, but whatever, she's on the song too. Victoria said, I think Rich know they are telling the truth. That's why he wanted that conversation. Right. Like, where did he even come from? I said he needed a check too. Cause he come out of nowhere, literally out the woodworks. We ain't seen him on Love and Hip Hop in how long? And he come leader of the creep squad. You already know what time it is when he when he step on the scene. Said Rich not slick, baby. He know what time it was. Yeah, the fact that he even asked for them to have a conversation, it was like you being messy. That was his bridge. He was the bridge in between these women that Mandis is acting like he don't know, Yandy don't know, and he comes in with Kirk baby mother, which I said, like, hey, listen, I'm glad to see that they're recycling in Atlanta. You know, they recycle clearly. But Rich knew exactly what he was doing. He was a pawn and he knew that. And he was happy to do it. Which was kind of weird because he's supposed to be close with Yandy or was on the show. Juanita said Spice full of it. And Juanita said Rich heard how good that stuff was and he slipped right in. Was it that good? Because he ain't leave his wife for it. But I mean, maybe you heard how easy it was to get it. And he said, whenever you hear a man say, "Oh, that's the homie," y'all already know what time it is. When he walked in with her and oh yeah, I'm here. I was invited by Jasmine. He asked and said, "Oh, that's the homie." You already know what time it is. Soon as they say, "Oh, that's the homie," you know what it is. But yeah, where we at? Where we at? Okay, so yeah, Shakana, she's on the song. Ciara had the big, but she on it too. Lord, y'all, I must have been feeling away. I wrote Greasy Nose Zane and his wife talk while he practicing to perform. His face was so greasy. I just don't care for little Zane on this show. I don't understand it. Stevie J Jr. And I mean, and don't get me wrong, because I love a good greasy face. Shit, I'm greasy too, but he was like too much. Too much. Like I just that's just because I don't like him on the show. That was rude for me to even put in my notes, but these be my real authentic thoughts, y'all. So his wife was petty as hell last night, and I was here for it. It just felt like to me she waited for the perfect time to come in and say, "Well, guess what? I know you practicing, but my son is going to stay with his father for the school year." And she's like, how you gonna make this decision without me? You didn't even discuss it with me." And she said, "Well, listen, I gotta do what's best for my son. We ain't in the best of places. We arguing. And let's be honest, I didn't know everything. You didn't put me in the mix and let me know everything. When I sat down with you and your baby mama, I found out a whole lot of stuff that you didn't tell me or run past me." And she was like, "Oh, well, you got to go do your showcase, but I deal with a lot of shit every day. Now you got to deal with it and have a great show." I said, "Petty," but I liked it though. I liked it though. His face got even greasier after that. That shit was coming out his pores. Latoya said, "No, it's good because he's still going back to it. He don't have to leave his wife for it to be good. He know no matter what he does, his wife not going anywhere, so he can have sex with as many people who will let him." Hey, that's how it go in the A. Like it's a whole different planet down there. There's a strip club on every corner. Like the fact that Yandy even moved down there, like I think business wise, she probably got a lot out of it with her Yale skincare, and she got her, her crepe or however you say them little dessert things. Business, she have her restaurant for that, but you move down there in that, like you asking for trouble, especially when you go down there and you got a little change in your pocket. You asking for trouble. You can't say right, but who goes there for that conversation? Definitely wasn't the right place or time. I think that's why I loved it so much because she knew exactly what she was doing. Juanita says Scrappy think he was going to bully Chaotic, but that boy was shot all the time. He hood for real. Yeah, like did do we forget Chaotic when we first met him on Love and Hip Hop Miami with them dreads, them one or two dreads, and he had been shot. He was in trouble with the law because he had ran from the police, and he was saying he thought somebody was trying to hurt him again. Like we met a totally different Chaotic than what we see today. So right, I don't understand why he thought that he was gonna get that off on him either. Tori said, "I love how she left Zane hanging. Yes, left him in the dust and told him to have a good show." It went from just his nose being greasy to his whole face. Like I said, damn, she played him, but I don't understand him on the show. Like I'm tired of it. And he even said it too. Like, I don't even think Zayn thought that this was how things were gonna go on this show. I think he just thought they were gonna come on there He was going not fried chicken face. But I think he thought he was gonna get on there, get into a couple of songs, get his name back out there. I don't think he had a clue that his wife was gonna act like she had issues with stuff that happened almost 10 years ago now on the show. Like you want an 8-year-old boy to be paternity tested and his name to be changed and all this other stuff that you should have figured out long before you even married him, sis. Now you want to figure it out on the show. So when he slipped that comment in there, that made sense to me. But I don't think this show is going how he thought it was gonna go. I really don't. Like I don't think he thought he would have to be in his front yard with a "I'm sorry" balloon on these episodes. I just don't think so. I really don't. But yeah, Latoya, I loved it. I loved the way that Zane, like she just left him flabbergasted, and I was here for it. It was very petty. I loved it. But yeah, what else? What else? What else we got? Backstage, we saw Yandy and Mandices was backstage. She had the jeweler pull up with a plethora of rings, and she wanted she wanted Mandices to start wearing a ring again. So she had the jeweler pull up with all these different options, and he did not look thrilled. Like I told y'all, it was giving to me. First of all, I felt like Mandisi's reasoning for not wearing his ring was out of pocket. Number one, he was saying that, well, I don't wear it because it's just for show, it's a facade, and really we're not connected. We're not, on the same page, but you still married though, bro. Hey, pretty little picture. How are you? Love you. But yeah, like that was out of pocket. Then he said he not wearing the ring because he threw it in an argument and he ain't know where it was. And every time that he go to look for it, they be mad again, so he stopped looking for it. What? What are you talking about? I don't get it at all. So he did not seem thrilled that she brought this jeweler there for these rings. And his face the entire time was just like, oh shit. I have to tell my side host, or I'm gonna have to explain why I got a ring back on. Like, I believe he got some Jasmines out there as well that think that he leaving, he unhappy, and now he got this ring back on. And he gonna have to explain it. That's what I felt. Like that's what I was feeling. No, she said, Pretty Little Picture said Yandy is the Lulu. I believe it. I believe it. I don't get it. Let's see. The comments are coming on Facebook. Let me see. Latoria said, I wonder have any of them talked to their manager. Spice trying to be slick to me. So her album get big off her songs, and they're one song on the same beat. That's why Jock or Rennie not doing it, in my opinion. Well, I thought Rennie wasn't doing it because she had the baby. I don't know, but Latoria, I just feel like there has been no conversation about compensation. For like, she came in with them portfolios that look like blank pages to me. Everybody's so eager to jump on this one song Cypher without how are y'all splitting this money? Because half of Atlanta was on that stage rapping on that beat last night. How are y'all splitting this money? Who paying for the showcase? Is that coming out of the money? What is the bottom line, right? Like, what are we all making after this showcase and the producing and she get her cut? There has been no conversation about that. That's why I said, do not hold your breath. I don't think none of y'all holding y'all breath for no album from these people any damn way. But there was no conversation this entire season. I was confused the entire season on is it an album? Is it a song? And then, all of a sudden we're rehearsing and we're doing a show when we ain't even see half of them record anything. Like I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Juanita also said on Facebook, okay, you're replying to Latoria. You were glad that Jock pulled out. Why, Juanita? Why you was glad that Jock pulled out? Because he can't rap or because he had other things going on with Kendra that was more pressing? Why you happy he pulled out? Let me know. Juanita also said Mendices wanted to mingle. It's more excitement in Georgia. Right. Definitely. I I just being honest, I kind of feared that when they moved down there. You know, Atlanta to me is it's like the black Hollywood. That is where, and I don't want to call anybody a has been, but everybody that we knew or probably grew up thinking like lives in Atlanta. Like all the old R&B singers, all the little like sexy male actors and stuff, like they all live down there where the women see that they still have some money, they got a little change, and they tricking off of it. And that's how they living down there. But Atlanta is its own planet. I had a friend, one of my best friends, like after she left college in South Carolina, she moved to Atlanta. So every summer I would fly down there and hang out with her, and just watching her in the dating scene down there, I was like, Lord have mercy. And that's when Atlanta really started to pop. Like that's when it was the T-Pain and the Usher and them songs was out, and it was all about ATL music. And I was going down and just watching her in the dating scene, I was like, girl, this dating pool, forget having pee in the dating pool. It is straight shit in here. Like, get out, girl. It was crazy. Like, I think I was down there one time. She went on a date with a guy to the movie theaters, and he, by the time the date was done, she found out he had like two-month old babies by different women or something like that. Like, it's a whole different planet down there. If it's not Atlanta, it's LA. Yeah. Yeah. Like I just feel like Atlanta it's more where like our black actresses and our old R&B singers, old rappers, they're all mostly down there from every group you can think of. That's where they are. They're in Atlanta. Let's read some of your comments. Pretty little picture said, "What's the new cast member name?" Amina. I like her. She be reading down. You talking about Amy? Angry Luciani? I don't know. There's not a Amina on there. Not on Atlanta. D Candy said it's just for all of them to make extra money. And Summer's Finest said it's one long song. Yeah, I guess it is kind of in a way Summer's Finest. It is a cipher, but she can't call it ciphers of the A when it's just one cipher. Like if it's gonna be an album of ciphers, then it has to be more beats where they're rapping or freestyling or whatever. Everybody bringing their beat to the table and seeing how they can, their lyrics to the table and see how they rock the beat. But you can't call it ciphers of the A. Right now, it's just cipher from a few people in the A. Like that's all you can call it right now. Oh yeah, pretty. That's her name, Amy. Amy Luciani, aka they call her Angry Luciani. She's from Detroit too. That's where Angry Luciani's from. She's from Detroit, so she got it in her. Someone's trying to say, whose side are you on, Amy or Bambi? Now look, I'm definitely not on Amy's side, and I just don't know if I'm on anybody's side. It didn't seem like to me, because the reason why I can't say whose side I would be on is because they never had a clear conversation, right? Amy assumed that Bambi was aware that she was messing with that guy. And just because the guy went and told Amy, like, well, I told her that we used to mess around. But Bambi saying he didn't, he told her, but didn't claim us, said it wasn't serious. It was just like some slide through at night, and that was it. And Amy says that she was upset because Bambi didn't have a conversation with her. But yet you turn around and try to mess with not just some guy from 10 years ago, her ex husband that she has 3 children with. That's nasty work, bro. Like, that is nasty work. And I just felt like as women, I just wanted them to have a clear, concise conversation and get to a better understanding of what really went down. And was this somebody in Amy's life that was really, somebody that did she have some long standing relationship with him that she's so upset about? Because we saw her engaged to a whole nother dude this last season that she kicked to the curb. Now I could see if it was him, she would have something to be mad. But this man is almost over 10 years ago. We don't know what the relationship was. And that's all. I just wanted them to have a conversation like, nah, I wasn't just no side chick or just somebody he just ran through in the middle of the night. Or is that what the case was? Like, we don't really know from either side. But do I agree with Amy messing with Scrappy? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But he for the streets. That's what he do. That is what he do. But I just overall it was like that's nasty work. And it was giving you're not just upset that you thought y'all was friends and she didn't have a conversation. You're mad about the dude that you're going to these extents. It's giving very bothered that you're going to that extent to mess with my baby daddy, to write a whole diss record. That became her entire storyline. And that's what I done kicked my camera. But that's what I was saying. Like, we're not really learning much more about Amy anymore. Like, I asked y'all a few weeks ago, like, what's going on with her pretty kitty business and all of that. Now we know her business going out of business. That has been stuck in my head all day, y'all. Latoya said the question should be how they let a Jamaican artist come and outshine all of them on the show. Spice is like the star of the show now. Yeah, she really came a long way from her beef with Erica and that whole situation. She's really leading the show. I would agree because the next season we saw the sneak peek. I think Summer's Finest talked about it too on Instagram. She was leading. She's pretty much leading the next season where they're going to London because of her being on tour. Like all of this, the show at this point, she's kind of pulling it along and creating the overall arching storyline, like this cast album that she's supposed to be producing or Cypher or whatever. That kind of what brought everybody together and gave them purpose on the show outside of the little, drama side chicks and, messy rumors going on. That's what kind of brought them together in this season. And then she's going to do that again next season when they go to London. That'll be in 2025. So I totally agree. She definitely did a 180 from, where she was with with her issues with Erica. Juanita said he seen the BS that Spice was doing, keeping up mess. He didn't want no parts. Yeah. And I think at that part, Jock felt like, look, I got enough going on. I don't need to be involved in nothing. And right, he probably looked at it from because he's been in the business a long time from a business standpoint. It wasn't making sense, especially after 28 other people were added to the track. It wasn't making sense business wise. And it's not something he at this point, I don't know, we seen him riding Ubers or whatever. He was doing that too. But at this point in his career, or that all he's accomplished, he doesn't need to be on a track like that. So I get what you're saying, Juanita. But yeah, you know, Mandisi's picked out his ring. He looked very nervous about it to have to wear it on camera and explain to these other women that he now has to put his ring back on after they probably thought he was leaving. So she picked out the ring, and I just feel like at times, most of the time in this season, Yandy has been way more invested in the marriage than him. I don't know if it's body language or facial expressions or if that's just his face, but he doesn't seem invested in the marriage or love her to the extent that she loves him. That's the vibe I get from Mandisi's, just being honest. So, yeah, we talked about, Jasmine had her plus one. She bought Rich. I literally wrote in my note, like, bitch, what? But yeah, Rich D Dollar showed up with Jasmine. We said, he said that's the homie. Yeah, okay. We know what that means. Hi, Mika. Mika, is that how you say your first name? Is it Mika or Mecca? I don't like saying people's name wrong, but thank you for checking in. She said, yes, it's giving a little desperate from Yandy. Yeah, she really wants to keep her marriage together and at all costs. Yes, God, my babies are down here telling myself you got a new microphone. Ma'am, I am recording right now. The green thing means that my mic is live and that I'm on the internet in front of these people and you down here bothering me, girl. Say hi. This one. Look at this one. Look. This is my baby. Can y'all let me finish my show, please? Mom life. Mom life. Yes. D Candy say hi, babies. That's just one of them, but yes. Three, and the other one is turning 5 in like 2 weeks. God help me. Help me. Two girls, y'all. Thank you, Latoria. Mika said, I'm so sick. Is Jasmine? I think you sick of Jasmine. Can somebody beat her up already? Like, and she be bold like she can fight, and I really don't think she can. That's why she always coming with 3, 4 women with her for backup. For real. But yeah, so Richie Dollars is in the building with Jasmine, which was not on my bingo card. I heard her at the beginning of the show ask could she bring a plus one, and Erica Banks asked her was it going to be a guy, and she said yes. But I did not connect the dots in my head at the beginning that it was going to be Rich Dollars, even though I saw him on the sneak peek. I just thought he was there because he knew people on the cast, like yeah, dear man, DC's. I didn't know he was gonna be there to be a pot stirrer at that. That was not on my bingo card, but I saw. I said, "Oh, that's the bridge to the messiness." Got it. So we get into the performances, right? How do you say this man's name? Is it Relo? He performs first, and he performed on his own beat. So I'm guessing he was like an opening act. He ended up performing on the beat that everybody else was on too, but he at least had his own beat for one song. I don't know if that's on the album or that's his own song. I'm not too familiar with his music, but it seemed like he might be big down there in Atlanta. But he performs first, kind of open up. Now, um, we see Kirk and Rashida sitting backstage with Erica Bank, and Jezebel Jasmine pops in because she now they tie in Jasmine with Erica Banks like they're such cool friends, like they know each other like that. I doubt it. It's just again a bridge to the messiness. So she pops in, and and also her messy friend. What's her friend's name is Erica Racine. That's the girl that we keep seeing show up with Jasmine that don't hold Jasmine accountable for nothing. She's like that must be the theme in their friend group. But we saw her earlier in the season telling Jasmine like, yeah, Rashida needs to be a better stepmom and don't have like what are you talking about? So I think that's her name, Erica Racine. She, her and Jasmine come in. That girl look like she just want her 15 minutes. Every time we see her, she got her boobs hanging down out to the flow. And them lips just keep getting bigger and bigger. So Rashida walks out, and Jasmine says she's not surprised, like that Rashida can't look her in the eyes, that she's gonna jump in the casket with Kirk before she leave him. Yeah, bitch, that's her husband. That's what it's called, right? Is Def Jewel's part. So that's why I was like, well, just know your plan didn't work. Cause she was like, oh, I'm not surprised they're back together. Yeah, your plan did not work. Try again next season. Yeah, them lips get bigger every time we see that girl on our screen, Erica Racine. I was like, where did she get that name from? But every time we see her, especially that top one, it was way bigger than the last time. She must have had just got her fillers in or something. But she's in the conversation. Like Erica gets up because she's like, listen, they ain't got nothing to do with me. She gets up and Erica Racine, she moves closer to be in the conversation like this. But Kurt is saying that, he wants to understand that the amount, there was an amount of money discussed that he wanted to make sure that Jasmine agreed upon. She said yes, because he wants to cut off paying all this money to the lawyer. He wants to write up an agreement. He's saying that he wants his name on Cannon's birth certificate. He wants his last name changed. He wants, a better relationship, and he kind of want everything to subside. He also, whether it's true or not, the world will never know, but he says that he takes responsibility for basically lying on her, saying that she been coming to the door in her birthday suit when he comes to pick Cannon up. Now, to me, the lie is you don't go to pick Cannon up. Like, whether she come in her birthday suit or not, you don't go to pick Cannon up. You didn't know the name of his school, his teacher, how old he was. You don't go pick that boy up. Stop it. So to me, that's the lie. But he wanted to um say that he was, taking his responsibility in that. And she was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm cool with the money. You could write up the agreement. Sayonara. Now he pulled her back to the side, giggling and shit, like, okay, can you come here for a minute though? Well, since I admitted to my faults, can you admit to your faults about the text messages that, you kind of twisted that? And she like, nah, I can't do that because what I said was true. You was still trying to hit it and offering me more money to do so. That wasn't on his bingo card. He thought that she was gonna clear it up. Like, clear up what? The text message was clear as day. I mean, of course, the top was cut off. We didn't see the whole conversation, but there's no way around the one text message. There's nothing that you can take out of context from you saying, if you want more money, you gotta drop the draws. Like, that's what the text message said. So there's no getting around that. So I don't know what he wanted her to clear up or say, or how he wanted her to say that was a twisted conversation, but it was what it was. Now Rashidas have chosen to forgive you. So why even bother? Why even try to bring it back up? Because now you just, at this point, you just keep reopening the same wound and making her look stupid again. You didn't stand on business. You ain't getting no straightening. You still getting straightened out and giving up more money to hush money, basically. And hopefully she actually hushed this time. Latoya said, I don't trust that from Kirk or Rashida. Jasmine better be careful because they may try to take her son. Why you mean you don't trust him changing the last name? You would think that they would try to take him. And Mika said, oh, baby, he sent those messages. He sure did. So I don't even understand why he tried to get her to clear anything up. Whole conversation or not, if we didn't see the whole thread, there's no denying that one text message and the purpose behind it. No, no way. D Candy said they don't want that baby, Latoria. I could see him taking the child if he had some type of close bond and wanting him to be in his house, but I don't see that either. Real talk, I don't see them taking it either. Taking her son either. That just seems like more headache and more lawyer fees that he trying to get away from right now. All he want to do is send money, like, and it's partly because he don't want to upset Rashida. He just wants to send money and act like it never happened. So I don't know if he would actually want to take the baby. Tori said yes, the changing of the last name and adding him on that birth certificate. Why didn't he been done that? I was actually shocked. Um I mean, you named him with a K like all your other kids, so why not have the last name? And maybe because he was in the midst of the deterioration of his marriage because of what he had done. But I was kind of shocked to hear that the baby doesn't have his last name, meaning that being that he has the K, the canon, like all his other kids are named with a K. So if you did that, you might as well just go ahead and sign on the dotted line. You had an apartment for her in your name. You had all of these things. So it was a bit surprising to me. I don't know why. Nothing should be surprising on this show, but it was surprising to me that he didn't have his last name. Yeah, I remember him threatening to take Cannon once before, but I think that was a scare tactic more than he really wanted to. In order for him to do that, he needs to have the last name and be on the birth certificate. Listen, we'll see in upcoming seasons if he actually, if he gets the last name situation out. I remember him threatening, but I just thought that to me that was just like a scare tactic. But again, the only reason I would see him wanting to take Cannon would be to try to stop the child support payments. But in actuality, it just seems like he just wants to pay, not really be involved, and just shut her up so that he can stay in his home. Hey, Lily, thank you for checking in on YouTube. But yeah, that's how I feel. But we'll see what happens. You can't put nothing past none of these people on this show. But yeah, we in the cipher. And what were my thoughts on the cipher? My thoughts were Rashida cooked Jasmine. Jasmine was mad as hell in the off there. She was like, trendsetter, why follow you? I like, yeah, I'm dressed down to the T. I don't know what she was saying, but she cooked Jasmine. Jasmine was like, hater. But she cooked her. Chaotic did good to me. Zayn was singing off key. This was not a song. This was not an R&B song. This was a rap song. He was off key, and I don't know why he was added to this song. Scrap to me was in a whole nother cipher. His song had nothing to do with nothing that had to do with anybody else's rap. It wasn't a diss. I don't know. He was in a whole other lane on his own. Like, were you even present with everybody else? I don't get it. He just seemed like he was in his own showcase. Latoya said right now she holds all the cards, so he needs to be on a playing field. Down south, mothers have all rights unless they are married. He don't even have joint custody unless he go to court for it. Well, he said he was gonna have an agreement written up, and they was gonna go from there. So we'll have to see what the agreement say. I gotta find my boots on the ground, see if they can look it up in the court documents and see if anything's been filed and what it said. Gotta talk to my boots on the ground. Um, yeah, chaotic. Like I said, chaotic did okay. Zayn was singing off key. Scrap was on a whole different cipher, in my opinion. And we get to Ciara, and she pops her little shit. Your business going out of business. I literally been saying that since like 6 o'clock this morning. And my husband was like, "Yo, that shit really stuck in your head. It really is." So Ciara does her little 1-2 on her disc. Scrappy gets upset and he like, I got something on all you hoes. Y'all want to take it there? I got something on all y'all. And Bambi says like, yo, chill out. It was supposed to be a joke. It was all in fun. Chaotic helped her write it. And that sent Scrappy over the edge. Like he like, yo, why would you help her write a song? Who's to say that even just because Chaotic helped with the song that he helped with those specific lines about Scrappy? Because she had already gotten all of that information from Bambi, and Amy wrote a song saying how she was sitting on your face. Like, so why are you mad at Chaotic if she's responding to what was in Amy's original diss record? That's why I say you should be mad at Amy. She the one telling all your business in the song, not Ciara, not Bambi. Amy's the one sitting down in every conversation telling everybody about y'all dates and what y'all talk about on the phone and like I said in the rap song talk about the sitting on the face and all that stuff. So why you mad? Why you mad at Chaotic? Because he helped her probably get on beat or something and made sure her words rhymed. I don't understand why. That was to me underlying issues with them already having their beefs over the YouTube channel. And in my opinion, Scrappy lunged at Chaotic. He was not going over there to just have a conversation with him. And like we already said on Facebook too, I think Juanita said it. It was like, do he not know? Do we not remember the Chaotic that first stepped on our screen in Miami? He ain't about that either. So I know you think you the prince of the A, but you can't be running up on everybody. Mika said the Amy, Scrappy, Bambi, and chaotic situation is so messy. Agreed. Yeah. Like, if you wanted to get back at Bambi, there was way other ways you could have done that. I mean, you could have dated Benzino or something. But her husband, her freshly new ex-husband, the ink ain't even dried, and she got 3 kids with him. Now, you stepping into treacherous territories. You know what I mean? So be glad that all happened was you getting cooked on a little song a little bit. The Candy said, "Did I miss sis you talking about Yandy arguing with that girl?" No, we getting into that. That was the last of it. We about to get into that. But yeah, I felt like Scrappy lunged at Chaotic, and Chaotic say that Scrappy's jealous because he got his business together. He raw on these raps, and his YouTube going up, and he going in the right direction. And he said that Scrappy's jealous of him. I mean, Chaotic is shining on the show. He's definitely come a long way from where he was when we first met him. You know, he's truly changed his life around. I don't know if he's jealous or not, but taking him off that YouTube channel, I think, is what caused some of that issues. So at that point, the ciphers of the A showcase is over. They shut it down. The people start booing. And y'all cannot tell me that those weren't paid extras in that audience and that those cheers and stuff that we heard weren't sound effects. You can't tell me that at all. None of those people showed up to hear that cipher. Not at all. They were all paid actors and actresses. They were extras for the show, and I am standing by that. Hi, Ethan. Thank you for checking in on YouTube. I appreciate it. Deanny said, "Okay, yeah, they was all paid, and those cheers and roars were all sound effects." I'm not, I'm not convinced of nothing else. But yeah, the cipher's over. We see Mandices and Yandy backstage wrapping up. Jasmine walks past and try to make a situation. Oh, here go the frost coat, and asking, and here go Rich. Oh, have you Mandices? Not Mandices and Yandy, but Mandices. Have you met Jasmine? He knew exactly what he was doing. He came to get his one check and do his one job and one job only. And Mandisi's like, nah, I don't know her. Maybe he don't watch Love and Hip Hop, but I'm pretty sure he knew who she was. He's like, I don't know her. And she's like, well, you've been in my bar multiple times. Me and, the Racine chick, we both work at the same bars. And you've been at both our bars. You don't remember us? And he said, well, wait, what was our conversation? Like, he said, I go to bars for drinks, not for girls. So what was our conversation? And she was like, oh, well, nothing other than like, okay, you want a tonic soda. I'm making that up, but it felt like to me Jasmine has been trying to make it more than what it really is to us, right? Now again, do I believe where there's smoke there's fire, because it has been all over the shade room that he is spreading it low and wide across Atlanta. Now that definitely was on the shade room a few times. By the way, I miss Zell. I don't know why Zell wasn't in this last episode at all, but I missed him, and I think he would have made being there even more shadier. But I missed him in this episode. But in that moment, she tried to make it something way more than what it was. So I don't know. And from that, they kind of dismissed themselves. Mandisi's like, all right, we out. We leaving. He like, you're done. We're leaving. They follow them outside, and here come Rich. Yeah, come on, let's have a conversation. Like, somebody cut this man a check so he can go on by his business. Well, why are you asking them? And I think Mandisi said it. Like, why would I have a conversation with a complete stranger? There's nothing to talk about. Although he looked very nervous to me, guys. At that point, we saw Mandisi's on the phone. I put it on my flyer too. Let me pull it up for y'all, because this was the face that I captured. I'm gonna put it on the screen for y'all. That's the face that I captured. Y'all see him texting? It's like he is texting and saying like, "Yo, your girl's here trying to get me in trouble. Yo, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing." And I got this ring back on, but I'll tell you about it later. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Like that's the face that he had. I saw pure worry in his face. He You said he didn't look nervous to you? He looked nervous to me when he was on that text, when he was texting. Like, I don't know who he was texting or what. Maybe he was just calling the Uber, D Candy. I don't know. But it looked like he was, when he was saying, like, I ain't have no conversation with you or whatever. But when they followed outside and just that couple of minutes when he was on that text message, it was like he was trying to get a message out quick. Maybe not nervous is the right word, but it was like, okay, he was trying to get the message out. He said he was probably going off on her. Now, what was whack to me was, Jasmine is saying, well, Mendices has been messing with someone that this Erica Racine person knows very well. She's afraid to come forward. So why are you coming forward? You're speaking for someone at this point to us who is imaginary. We don't know her. We don't even know who she is. This could be made up for a storyline. If you're going to try to take down a marriage, and why is she coming for them anyway? Like, stick to trying to ruin Kirk marriage. That's the one you got the baby with. But we don't know if there actually is a woman. You ain't got no receipts, no proofs, timelines, screenshots, nothing, right? Like you ain't got the Heather Gay formula, sis. So it was just weird to see them try so hard to bring Mandices down when he don't even really know y'all. And they come outside and the girl says, "So you just gonna let your husband sleep around all around town?" And man, DC said, like, "Why are you even talking? Like, what are you talking about?" And you would think he was messing with her the way she's champion for an imaginary person at this point. And then that's when, the New York jumped right on out again. And she jumped up in her face and was like, "What you ain't gonna do is talk to him like that. Not this one. You ain't never gonna be able to address my husband that way." And I'm standing right here. And I was here for that. Do I think there's some truth to it? I do. But they didn't have no proof of any truth. And I'm all here for it. Like, I'm the same way. Nobody's gonna talk crazy to my husband, period. I would have jumped on her. And the fact that the girl, Racine chick, waited until after it was broke up to be like, "Don't you ever get in my face like that. I'll beat your ass." Like, if you was gonna do it, she was nose to nose with you. So if you was gonna do it, you would have did it then. You don't want that top lip to get deflated. Please stop it. Okay. So I mean, it in my opinion, it also brought them. It looked like it brought Yandy and Mandisi's closer together because they're like, "You see how he stood right next to me, and we fought that good fight together." And I was like, mm, the point's kind of going over your head a little bit, Yandy, because your husband should not have you in a situation like that. I'm just saying. I think the point's going over your head. But Mika said on Facebook she's trying to stay on the show. I think Love and Hip Hop is wrong for giving Jasmine so much airtime. Rashida is a vet on the show that actually had a real career. Jasmine is a bop, and that's it. Yeah, and they must be paying. I don't even think they paying her that well for the amount of drama that she's trying to bring. And I'm assuming that she's on this get back with Yandy because Yandy came at her at Diamond's marriage engagement, to me curated event for that to go down anyway. Um but you going real hard for Yandy who just told you the truth. Like, take your shit to Rashida. Stop telling the whole city, and take what your issues or your text messages. Take that to Rashida, bro. Don't bring that over here to me. So it's an awful lot to do if it's just for that. And Mika say yes, that was a AO girl up here tripping text. And Mika said, as a wife, that's what she was supposed to do. They can have a conversation about the situation later behind closed doors. Yeah, I was here for the way she shut it down, but I was kind of like, when she was just at the end, like, my man stood right here by my side, and we told him off together, and he has my back. And I was just saying, whew, went over her head because I don't even want to be in a situation like that. So deal with that. Maybe they were united front in front of them, but hopefully she talks to him at home like, yo, you know, keep your ring on and stay out of bitches' faces or whatever happened. But I'm sure this is not the end of this 15 minutes of fame Erica Racine that we're gonna see, or Jasmine. I don't know if they're gonna go to London. Maybe when they get back to the A in the next season, we're gonna see if anything else is uncovered by Mandices, or if this alleged woman does come forward. But I just, I do feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. So maybe not everything they said is true, but there's some truth somewhere in it. You know what I'm saying? But I was here for it, Mika. Like I said, as a wife myself, ain't no bitch talking to my husband crazy in my presence. Hell, a man can't even do it in my presence. We just gonna jump him, So I was, I thought she handled the situation well, because that lady, she was getting definitely out of pocket. At that point, it wasn't even about what she was saying. It was just you're being disrespectful, and my if you disrespect, you must be checked. Period. Pooh. Exactly, Mika. Period. That's what it comes down to. But it was an amazing season finale. I howled at the TV for an hour. I didn't get to watch it right on time, so I was happy. I had a DVR and I got to like skip the commercials, and I was here for it. So great season finale. You guys are running up the numbers on the clips that I gave y'all. Y'all comment, y'all liking. I appreciate it. Now we'll see the next season of Love and Hip Hop ATL. We saw some sneak peeks. They already filmed, so I think it'll be back early 2025, probably right after Miami. So Love and Hip Hop Miami is on its way back. Season 6 is coming November 18th. So we on a little bit of a Love and Hip Hop hiatus, but don't you guys worry. Y'all already know that I'm here every day. So for you guys new checking in, I appreciate you guys. My schedule is on my page, but we have midday tea talks, afternoon tea talks every day. So check out I usually put them up, give you guys a flyer, let you know the time, because the schedule will be scheduling. So I will be back for a tea talk tomorrow, probably around the same time. Or if I can do one during the day, we'll see. But again, set your alerts. Look out for my flyers. And if you can't watch live, go to the links in my Instagram bio, my Facebook bio, and please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because all my tea talks, all my recaps of shows are on my YouTube channel. So I will be back tomorrow recapping tonight's episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They are the girls right now. That is the top housewife show right now, and you can't tell me otherwise. So make sure you guys watch tonight's episode of Salt Lake City, and I will be recapping that tomorrow. I have something special coming for you guys this weekend. An interview from one of the Life After Lockup cast members. Y'all know y'all be running the numbers up on Saturday when I do the recap on Life After Lockup. So look out for some fun things for the end of this week and weekend. All right. So before I get out of here, if you have a business or a product that you want me to promote on my social media platforms, we are growing daily. We are up to 12K on Instagram, almost at 21K on Facebook. Welcome, new followers. I appreciate you. But yeah, if you have a business or a product you want me to promote on my social media pages, my prices are there. I'm also looking for sponsors of the podcast. I'm doing 7 shows a week right now of my podcast. See you later, D Candy. Thank you for stopping in. If you are interested in being a sponsor where I will promote your business or product, or me just promoting on my pages, you can email me what you see up here, reality_recap@yahoo.com. Also, my Cash App is down in the corner, $reality recap. I appreciate all of your support so far. The tea is not free. So I appreciate the donations, honey. Going to drop it in the collection plate. I appreciate y'all. And how do you support for free, guys? Like, share, follow, tell a friend to tell a friend. Show up to my, my lives when you can. Comment. I love your comments, reading them, your interactions, getting your thoughts. I truly appreciate you spending time with me. Now, what I say before I end all my shows is always don't forget reality TV stars are humans too. Let's not forget that. It is your girl V with Reality Recap. Y'all have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow for a recap of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And y'all know every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I recap for you guys all the reality TV news for the week. So make sure you come and get your weekly roundup of reality TV news.